Trying, and she joins me now from the West Coast. Hi, Carla. How are you?
I'm so great. How are you doing, Hugh?
I'm good. I had no idea that you had been a song plugger. So, since I teased that, would you tell people what a song plugger is and the story behind that song?
Yes. Well, for almost 25 years, I was in music publishing, and my job was to give all of the recording artists that did not write their own material hit songs. You would hope that you would get one of the 10 slots on an album to be on the album, and then, of course, be the single that was released to radio. And so I did that for oh my gosh, Earth, Wind and Fire, Huey Lewis, Barbara Streisand, Mariah Carey, Christina Aguilera, many, many artists. Cher is such a great story because there was no way to get to the guy that worked with her. He was an A&R executive, almost as famous as the people he represented. His name
John
was
Kalodner,
John.
right? Yeah.
Correct, John Kalodner. And I called over to Geffen because they had Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses and all these great artists. And I had my hands on this hot little song for 24 hours. I was given an exclusive. And I said, I will deliver you a hit, to my company. So they said, your time starts now. Get out the door and go get us a great cover. And John Kalodner wouldn't, his secretary wouldn't set up the meeting. She said, he won't see you. And I said, will you tell him I'm on my way over right now? And I marched myself into the office and his door was wide open. And I think he was like kind of afraid, like, who is this person
Huh.
that's going to barge in here? And he put the song right in onto the cassette player. That's how long ago it was. And he said, okay, we're going to deliver you a hit. And he gave it to Cher. And I believe that album, and it was not only on the record and not only a single, it was the artwork, it was a video, it was a huge hit for her that enabled her to have a resurgence of a U.S. international career. So that's a great story that I'm so proud of.
Well, when you write your next book, and I think you should, I think you ought to write about the industry because you only give us a few tidbits in Stop Trying. And I want to get to the heart of Stop Trying because a lot of people are in their cars right now trying very hard to do something, which is get somewhere. They told themselves they were going to try and leave early today, and they didn't leave early. So we're going to
Right.
talk directly to the people who said they were going to try and leave early today, and they did not leave early, and they're stuck in traffic as a result. But I'm fascinated by that career. I had no idea you had done that, Carla. I had no idea, so it was fascinating. Let's start at the end, page 196 of Stop Trying. For me, for Carla Ondrasik, everything begins with gratitude. Do you want to explain that?
Oh my gosh. Yes. It's the first thing that we should do before we're asking anything from the universe, anything that we want. We have to acknowledge where we are and be grateful for the opportunity to even desire more, to have a better job, to be in a better relationship, to be the good person that we want to be. Gratitude, you have to start there and be so thankful for the abilities that we have, and then you can ask for whatever else that you want. It all
And
begins
the
with
reason
gratitude.
I'm so glad, I wanted to start there because it is Thanksgiving Eve. Some
Yes,
people
it is.
approach it with joy. Some people approach it with apprehension. But if they approach it with gratitude and they start thinking now about gratitude, they will have the gratitude on hand when it comes time to say the prayer and go around the table tomorrow, as many people do. Next thing
Yes.
I wanted to make sure this is a great book, by the way. Fabulous work. Stop Trying. It will help everyone, but especially procrastinators, but it will help everyone. Do your best is a disservice to kids. When we tell kids to do their best, it's a disservice. Unpack that for us, Carla.
Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive, right? So
Yep.
we were taught to try by our parents, and their parents taught them to try. Try harder, try your best, try again, just give it a try. So when you tell your kid, and they're struggling in math and they have a test coming up, and you say, just try your best or try to study harder, what they're hearing is that's an option. Try to do it is an option. It's optional. Do your best. Do study longer. Now you have a concrete suggestion with an action that you can take. And basically trying is half-hearting any effort. It's a half-hearted effort or a half-hearted attempt. So the kid that's going to try their best, maybe they're going to study 30 minutes more and then get back on the computer and start playing games. But the kid that says, I'm going to do my best, they are studying on the bus going to school. They're staying up and studying. They're not getting on their Game Boy, or they're not playing computer games. They are going to do their best. So with that comes a certain set of actions that you must take. So doing and trying are different. And I just want to also say that when we ask our kids to do their best, we don't expect them to get the A every time. We just expect them to give themselves the best possible advantage. And even if that kid still gets a C plus or a C minus after they've done their best, they walk away with their head held high, with confidence and knowing that they did their best. That's the prize, that at least they know they didn't half-heart it, they did not study, they did their best.
What I came away from Stop Trying is that when you tell people to try to something, it's a permission structure not to succeed, not to do it. It's actually just try is a way of saying it doesn't really matter, which leads me to my next must cover. Never say, we will try and make it. When you get an event invitation, never say it. And that will change me going forward, because I hate to say no to people, but you kind of diagnose that in this book. I really hate to say no to people, but you really need to learn to say no to people. And you need to say, we will try and make it. No, 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 no. That's a bad thing. How long did it take you to figure that one out, Carla?
When I was in the music business, because I know you like talking about that, one of the things that, like, when I discovered John Ondrasik, Five for Fighting, my husband, and I had to set up showcases for him with record companies. And what I noticed was the big executives, the presidents of companies, the high-level attorneys, they never said to me, I'll try to make it, Carla. It was, I will be there or I won't be there. The people that are performing at the top of their game, they don't have try in their language. They know how to say no. They know how to manage their time. They know how to prioritize their goals and what they want to do. So for me, whenever somebody would say, yeah, we'll try to come to your showcase, it was horrible. I would get sick to my stomach because I had a finite amount of time. I set up a studio and, I had everything lined up. And if the people that said they'd try to show up didn't, then it was all for nothing. I needed definites. So when I hear someone say, I've been on I'm on boards, I'm the head of the HOA, I volunteered at the kids' school. And if a parent would say, Carla, I'll try to, show up at the coffee and donuts at 9, I'm like, will you be there or won't you be there? Because I need someone to commit to being there.
I love this so much, and so many people can use it in their organization. You ought to just pass it out to everyone. 2 more things we've got to get to. I helped write a book on General Eisenhower. I've never heard of the Eisenhower Matrix until Stop Trying. Would you describe the Eisenhower Matrix to people? Because boy, is it powerful.
The Eisenhower Matrix, well, he was very well known for his organizational abilities. And what it is if you say you're moving, that's the example I use in the book, and you have so many things to do, you're overwhelmed. What do I do? I'm trying to pack, I'm trying to schedule this. That's where all the try comes in, when we're overwhelmed. So the Eisenhower Matrix is things that you delegate. So this is a delete. I do not need to do this. I can delegate this. This is something I have to do immediately. This is something that can wait till last. So it's just a square with 4 boxes. You can download it. You can look it up on the internet. I have a PDF if you go to my website, and you can download that. And it really is an incredible organizational tool.
It is. What's the website? We have a minute, Carla.
It's stop-trying.com.
Stop-trying.com. Finally, Try Babies, page 133. Always complaining about their current situation. I love that. We all have Try Babies. What should we tell them?
We'll never call them a try baby. That's first. You do not want to agree with them. They're the try baby. They're like, oh, I'm trying and I can't do this, I can't do that. The thing you do is you offer them. You say, well, is there something you can do? Offer a suggestion. Can I help you? You don't want to give them what they need to keep going.
Carla Ondrasik, Stop Trying, wonderful book, especially about gratitude. For me, everything begins with gratitude. I'm grateful for Stop Trying. Stop-trying.com. Stop-trying.com. And I put the link over at my X account as well. Happy Thanksgiving, Carla. I'll be right back, America. Stay tuned.